Hello everyone, welcome. In this lesson, we're gonna take a look at the first normal form, which is the most important rule in the world of the database design, right? So following the first normal form, you will ensure the quality of your database project. Nice? So let's get started. Well, to this lesson, we're gonna have this table here as example. So it's a simple user table where we have the name field, age field, phone field, and address field. And this table here doesn't follow the first normal rule, the first normal form, in other words, sorry. And during this lesson, we're gonna change this table to follow the first normal form. Nice? So keep it in mind, keep this table in mind. So the first normal form is composed by three rules. The first rule says vectorized fields should become another table. So what is vectorized fields? Vectorized fields are fields that stores more than one information of the same type. Well, as you can see here, we have in this table one vectorized field, which is this phone field here. As you can see, in this phone field, we have some records here in our table, which more than one phone. As you can see, today, nowadays, persons can have more than one phone number. Is really common. The most part of the cell phones today become with two slots for mobile chips. Nice. So it's very common that persons have more than one phone number. So as you can see here, in our database, in our users table, we have users which have more than one phone in this way. So you can store informations in this way. You can store multiple phones in one single field. You can store multiple names in one single field. As you can see here, we have stored 3 phones here, 2 phones here, but this is not recommended. Nice? This is not recommended because it will in some point it will break your database design. Nice. Let's suppose that you want to count how many phones you have in your database, in your table. Well, you in this way, as in this picture here, you never will know the true information about how many phones you have in your table, because there's the possibility to, in one single line, in one single registers, I have more than one phone number, for instance, and my SQL doesn't understand this syntax in this way. My SQL doesn't understand that here we have 3 phone numbers. From my SQL, it only understands that here we have one information, one phone number. So it's not recommended that you have vectorized fields in your tables. Nice? It's not recommended in this way. And the first rule says vectorized fields should become another table. So in this way here, we don't gonna have the phone field. Instead, we will have the phone table, which will store all the phone numbers of all the users. So we're gonna see this phone table late. But for now, let's go to the second rule. So the second rule says that multivalued fields should become another table. So what is multivalued fields? Well, multivalued fields are fields that stores different informations, multiple and different informations in one single field. As you can see here in our table, we have the address field, which store different informations. As you can see in this address field, we have the street, number, city, country. Street, number, city, country. Street, number, city, country. So you have the multivalued field here, and this is not recommended. Let's suppose that you want to list all the users that live in Brazil in your database. You will not be able to list the users that live in Brazil in this way here, because MySQL doesn't understand this thing, doesn't understand this full address here, right? So for instance, if I make a select all from users where address is equal to Brazil, MySQL will not understand it, because MySQL is not capable to interpret phrases, to interpret sentences, to interpret full addresses. So instead of we have the address in this way, a multivalued field, we should became it another table in this way here, as you can see. So following the second rule, here we have the address table. So as you can see in our address table, we have the street, number, city, country. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Nice. Because in this way, we can list, for instance, users that live in one single country, users that live in one single city. So we separate informations, different informations in one single table. And as you can see here, instead of the address field here, now we have the address ID, which refers to a register inside the address table. So for instance, as you can see here, the address of John Doe is 0. And if you go here in the address table, you see that the ID 0 corresponds to street somewhere, number 768, city London, country England. So we're gonna talk a little bit about this ID thing later. But for now, let's go for the third rule. So the third rule says that every table requires at least one field that identifies the entry record as being unique. It is known as the rule of primary key. So what is a primary key? A primary key is a field in your table that defines unique values for each new record. So as you can see here, we have the ID field. So ID is the most common type of primary key. It's an automatic type of the MySQL that you can create inside your table. So each new record that enters in your database will have a unique ID, generally starting from 0. So if I insert here the user John Doe, my first user, the ID of it will be 0. If I insert here the user Carol in my table, it will be my second user, so the ID will be 1, and so on. Every new user that I insert inside my table will have a unique ID, and this unique ID will identify the entry record as unique, right? And you should follow this rule in every table that you're gonna develop. Nice. In every table. And now I think that you already understand the concept of ID. So as I said in the past few minutes, I said about the address ID. So the address ID here in my users table is a way to refer to a register inside my address table. In database design, it is called of foreign keys that we're gonna discuss about late in some lessons. Nice. So here in this way, I'm saying that John Doe, the user John Doe, has the address ID 0 in the address table. So in the address table, the ID 0 is the street somewhere, number, this, city, London, country, England, for instance. So it's really cool. Nice. Other users of the primary key rule is here with the phone table. Nice. So with the phone table, as you can see here, I make a representation of the phone table. You can see that we have here the owner ID, which holds the ID of the owner of the number in the users table. So as you can see here, we see that this number here is from the owner 0 in the users table. So in the users table, the owner 0 is John Doe. Same for this number and to this another number. So in this way here, the user can have how many cell numbers, nice, phone numbers in other words, he like. So as you can see here, the user 0 in my users table has 3 numbers. Here we have this number, which is from the user 1, Carol, user 1. We have these 2 numbers here, which refers to the user 2. I wrote the number wrong here. It is 2 actually. So these 2 numbers refers to user 2. So user Alex has these 2 numbers. So as you can see, we create our first database design following the first normal form. So the first normal form is basically it, right? First, vectorized fields should become another table, multivalued fields should become another table, and every table requires at least one field that identifies the entire record as being unique. In other words, every table requires a primary key that we're gonna learn how to create in the future lessons. Nice. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.